Hello everyone, I am Ali Posma, and today I'm going to bring you your devotion. So, for the past 2 weeks, we've been looking through the fruits of the Spirits, which you can read about in Galatians 5:22 through 23. But today I'm going to talk about patience. Patience we've all heard of through family members, friends, and at church. When we show patience to others, we are reflecting Christ, and people can see Christ through us because Christ shows us patience every day through through any circumstances that we face. But patience is very hard to learn and master because we usually want what we want or need at the time that we need it or want it instead of waiting for it later. But today I'm going to talk about a young man who showed great patience toward God, which is David. David, as we all know, is the son of Jesse and was a shepherd boy. He was anointed by God to become the next king of Israel. While David was still working as a slave to Saul, a servant to Saul, Saul grew jealous of David because the people were praising and honoring David more than him who was their king. So Saul grew jealous, and because of that jealousness in his heart, he sent out to go kill David. Now you can read this time period between 1 Samuel chapter 16 through 20. But today I'm going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 24 and 26. In chapters 24, David is in the wild goats' rocks hiding from Saul. Saul has just finished following the Philistines and was told by some of his men that David was in the Engedi wild goats' rocks. So Saul and his 3,000 men sent out to go get David. David was in the cave hiding with his men when Saul came in to come relieve himself. Now David's men encouraged David by saying, "Behold, this is the day the Lord has given you, and laid Saul into your hands to kill him." But David says no, and only cuts off a corner of his robe, and Saul leaves the cave knowing nothing about what just happened. Now, David does not kill Saul for 2 reasons. One, in verses 5 or 6, I'm pretty sure, he says, "The Lord forbid I to kill the Lord's anointed." Now, in the beginning chapters of Samuel, Israel has fallen from God and wants a king of their own to conquer over the enemies that come to attack Israel. So God provides a man named Saul. So Saul comes in and becomes the anointed king of Israel. Now, even though he's not the most amazing king, he's still God's anointed. So it would be wrong for David to come and kill him. Now, the second most important reason is that David would be delivering himself as king. Now, in the early chapters, God said that he would deliver David as king. The difference between these two, of David delivering himself and God delivering David, is that David, if he killed Saul, he would be delivering himself as king by going into the town and saying, "I have killed your king, now I'm going to be your conquering king over all of Israel." Now, on the other side, God delivering David would be God wiping out Saul's family and bringing in David as the next king, and God receiving all the glory. So, but when we looked back down to chapters 26, David is tested with the same thing. Now, throughout these years, David has been waiting many years to become king, and he's finally gotten these 2 chances to kill him, but he hasn't. So now I encourage you to read through chapters 26 and chapters 24 if you can, to see if you were in David's circumstances, would you kill Saul, or would you be perfect to God's timing? Now, I bring up God's timing because it brings to the most important point of this message, which is showing that patience is important for us Christians to learn, because when God always has a plan, but during his plan, he has a purpose for us, and we don't always know God's plan and his timing and the reasons why he does such things. So we have to show patience toward God and putting all of our trust in him so we don't ruin the plan and purpose he has for us, which is exactly what David does in chapters 26 also. So David, throughout these years, has been waiting patiently towards God and waiting for God's timing of God delivering him as king. And because of that, he becomes the greatest king of all time, except, for God. So I want to leave you today with a verse that is in Lamentations 3:25, which says, "The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him." Now, I want you to read that verse again and talk about it amongst yourself or with your family. And I want you to look at the purpose of what that verse means. I'm at my time limit, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait until I get to see you guys all again.